Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot is brought to you by Dothan Cosmetic Dentistry, Westside Auto Care, and Mustard Seed Landscaping. Welcome to Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot. I'm your host, Corey Bradley, joined by senior libero Tatiana Bonilla from Enterprise, Alabama. Tatiana. Hola. I was right. Hey, look, welcome to the Sweet Spot.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I'm all about student athletes and supporting student athletes in the way I can. And, Enterprise is an area I'm looking to expand and just support them as the same as I have with Dothan. So maybe this will be the beginning
Absolutely.
of that for sure.
I
right?
hope so.
So talk about your sweet spot moment. Like when you're playing the game of volleyball, what's your moment where there's nothing better than being in the sweet spot? Like there's this goosebumps and chills. What about the game gives you that experience?
I think if a long rally is going back and forth and we're all getting like really good digs and we're hustling on the court and we're touching volleyballs that we should not be touching and we end up getting the point, and that's just like a momentum kind of like we gain momentum. That's the best feeling I think, and then we just run the rest of the set. Like we don't have to worry about anything else after that, because after that point we're good. We don't have to worry about nothing. So I think that's like, that gives me goosebumps for sure. I love that.
For the viewers at home, you're libero. Talk about your position and what that entails.
So a libero it's a defensive specialist, but it's technically I don't want to say like the best defensive specialist, but it's someone that you would trust back court to be able to get as many balls as they can, or be able to pass every serve receive ball that they can get their hands on and be able to be confident about it. And I think, and also they just wear a different color jersey just because of subbing rules. The people at the table need to know who the libero is and who's subbing in for the middles and all that kind of stuff. But it's mainly just like the big DS who needs to be in the backcourt at all times. We don't go front row, we don't hit, so we're just passing. That's all we're doing.
So with just passing, but like I said, there's a lot of other things that involve that position. What do you feel is the best part of your game as a libero?
I think I would say my serve receive is definitely, I think, key. I can always work on my defense. I think everyone can always work on their defense, but I would definitely say something that I am confident in is my out of system balls, which is when I take second ball if the setter takes the first one. I love doing that because then I can kind of like do something else that I'm not really I'm not there for. So being able to set the hitters is definitely something I think I'm pretty good at. Okay. So I love doing that. That's one of my favorites.
How long have you been playing the libero position?
So I started playing volleyball in 7th grade. Absolutely hated it, but
really? Okay.
I did. So I was libero 7th grade, skipped my 8th grade year, and then I went back to it in my 9th grade, and I've been libero every year since 9th grade. So
what led you to coming back in 9th grade?
So I think my dad had a big impact on it because I played basketball. I look up to my older sister who played basketball and soccer when she was older, and so he told me, he was like, I thought you were really good at volleyball. I think you can get a big scholarship from playing volleyball. And I was like, okay, like done. I dropped the basketball. I was like, all right, all in for volleyball. I did not at all. I was like, all right, we're just gonna try it out. And I fell in love with it back in 9th grade. So it was good. Stepping stone from there.
So those high school days from Enterprise, as you've touched on here in this episode, led you to Coastal Alabama.
Yes.
Okay. And Coastal Alabama led you here to UAH.
Yes.
Talk about how your game has evolved over the years from high school to Coastal Alabama to now at UAH.
I think Janie Wiggins had a big impact on me while I was in high school. I think she believed in me way more than I thought I believed in myself. So she definitely helped me evolve, even from like 2 years being on varsity in high school. And going into JUCO, I definitely had way more confidence than I thought I would have, and which led me to be able to like come here. And I think Janie Wiggins definitely started that, and she's a big reason on why I was able to get to where I am now. So I think she's the main reason for sure.
Hey, shout out to Miss Wiggins, Coach Wiggins. That's a big deal. Like that's what coaching is all about. Coaching is all about encouraging, developing, and believing. And as a coach, you see things, as Tatiana just alluded to, that the player, student athlete themselves may not see at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so shout out to you for recognizing and just doing what you do. Coaching is hard work. Not everybody can do it, but that's what coaching is all about.
Absolutely.
So I love that you give credit to where credit is
Yes.
due, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as we prepare for a new season with the Lady Chargers here at UAH, talk about how the team last year is going to be different from this year's team.
So we had only 2 seniors last year, but they were still a big part of our team. We lost Kiara, who is a huge middle, and then Gracie McGee, who she was an outside, turned to DS because of her shoulder, but she was definitely huge on the court. But I think we definitely got some really good freshmen that came in and who are willing to step up to that position, and even some sophomores and hitters willing to step up into that middle position. And I think we're going to be a bigger offensive threat this year. I hope, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I think our defense is killing it already. So I think this year we should be. I think we could get a ring this year.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
All right. So you hear it here first from Tatiana talking about this is the year. This is the year. This is the year that could get a ring. We're runner-up last year in the Gulf South Conference against West Florida.
Yep.
So we're coming in preseason ranked number 2. Talk about the mentality, the as you talked about what's expected. So we know what's expected, but just the thought process behind the mindset of getting that done, of getting over that hump this year.
I think it's important to make it clear that everyone has each other's backs on the court. And so I think last year we didn't do that great of a job with it. So I think there was some chemistry lacking on the court, maybe a little bit. But this year, I think even from the jump, like our chemistry is insane. So I think we're going to be very good when it comes to that. And you can't really do nothing without any chemistry on the court. If you don't have any chemistry, you're not getting anything done. So I think that's a really big thing that you need to have. So I think that's one main thing that we've gotten checked off the list, which is very important.
So you talk about chemistry and having great chemistry. How does a team develop great chemistry as a unit?
I think
what are some things that are key components in doing so?
I think there's no drama on the court whatsoever. None at all. We all love each other, and if there even is like the tiniest little thing, we fix it then and there. We don't go home mad. We don't go home upset. Everyone is friends with everyone. Everyone loves each other. We all go eat together, and I think just doing stuff outside of practice or games and stuff like that also helps with it. So just being able to build that up in practice and off the court is what will put us there.
What are some things that the girls like to do outside of practice to help build that chemistry and togetherness? Eat, huh?
I think a lot of the time we go to the CAF. At the beginning of the year, we had a lot of team lunches and stuff where I think we all definitely got to bond with the new freshmen that came in and us older girls, even with the old freshmen that came in last year, sophomores now. So I think we've all gotten a lot closer with the younger girls, which is better because I think they might be a little nervous to like speak their mind or something, and I think we have done a good job to tell them like do it, we're not gonna judge you or anything like that. So I think we're pretty good on it.
And it's key that you recognize that, because you think about being a new member on the team, new member at a job, wherever it may be, like it can be a little uneasy and challenging, as you mentioned, of being the newcomer.
Absolutely.
So I think it's key for us when we do reach that status where we're comfortable and a veteran in the game to kind of remain humble and remember how it felt to be the one and not sure, you're a little hesitant, not exactly which way to go, what to do here, but just keeping that in mind so when someone new does come, we're a little more patient with them.
Exactly.
Because it's a transition as everybody goes through in a process in life that never changes. At some point, you're always going to be the new one again, and then you become the vet, and then you become the new, So I love that you recognize that and that you mentioned that, because that's so key in any environment when you're dealing with people who are new to that environment. The stable, 11-0 last year. 11-0 here at home. Talk about the atmosphere in here and how much you love being and playing on at home and the crowd that's involved and everything that comes into having that advantage?
I think being able to have other athletes and other students come in and be able to watch us and cheer us on definitely helps gain our momentum when we're playing. And I mean, we still do great away, but there's no better feeling than playing at home and being able to get those goosebump feeling plays and all that kind of stuff while you're in front of a huge home crowd. But those are the best.
Conversely, talk about what it's like on the road when you come away with a huge win. What's that like?
I think when we're away, I think we feed off of the negative energy from the other crowd for sure. We definitely have some players on the court who get pretty feisty. I am definitely one of them. But anytime like we hear any negative comment or anything from the crowd, that just puts us into a headspace or a mindset where we're like, okay, like it's game over. You're gonna get destroyed.
So Tatiana, you're from Enterprise. You have a teammate, Autumn Mays, who's from Dothan.
Yes.
Talk about the relationship there and what you admire about her game, about her as a person as well.
She's insane. She's so good. I think in high school, as a libero, you want people to hit to you and all that kind of stuff. But anytime Autumn Mays would go up to hit a ball, I'd be like, this is a kill. Like, like might as well just wrap it up. She can go back and serve because there's no way we're going to get this point up. We weren't like, we never really talked or anything in high school. So being able to come to UAH and have that background on us and all that kind of stuff, I think that has helped us tremendously on the court. I think calm each other down on the court, and we know we have each other's backs. We're leaders on the court, and people look to us to, try and lead them through whatever play we need to lead them through. And I probably couldn't do it without her. She's definitely helped me a lot.
I love anytime a teammate gives another teammate, just their due and respect and appreciation, because I feel like a lot of times in life we don't do that enough. Whether it's a team, family, work, office, whatever it may be. I think like people like to be appreciated and know they're appreciated, whether it's through word or through deed. I mean, it just feels good knowing that people do appreciate who you are and what you do for that program, for that team. And so I love anytime I get a chance to ask a teammate to give props to another teammate and just what that represents as a whole. So Tatiana, as we close, if you could give advice to younger student athletes who look up to you, whether you know it or not, there's always somebody looking up to you to be an example, a positive role model. What would you like to share to them if they're looking to maybe play at the next level or chasing dreams, whether it's sports or not, non-sports related? What would you like to share to some of those younger student athletes or students in general?
I think a big thing is just be confident. Be confident in yourself and be confident in the skills that you have. Volleyball is a game of mistakes. Everyone's going to make them. So I'd say just get on the court and play your heart out. And when it comes to if you're wanting to go play somewhere else and play somewhere bigger, get a jump on it. Like, you don't want to wait till the last minute to set up a highlight reel and send it out to coaches and all that kind of stuff. If you're looking to play big, then you got to start like probably freshman, sophomore year. So, but JUCO route is not a bad route at all. I did it and I got to stay close to home and I absolutely loved it. And I ended up at a 4-year anyways. It's don't take it for granted as well, because it goes by fast for sure.
And I love that you highlighted the JUCO route too. Like, for whatever reason, JUCO has such a negative connotation. I don't get it. Like, I didn't play ball in college, but I went to Calhoun Community College here locally in Decatur. So I got my associates there, and I loved it there.
I bet.
Like, if Calhoun was a university, I'd have stayed there all 4 years. But for whatever reason, community colleges get this rep. Like, I don't know, like what? Like, especially in the sports game now. Like, if you go there for a year or two and you get experience and you do well, then the universities and those 4-year schools start to call, because you have college experience. They rather take a college experienced student athlete as opposed to a high school senior coming in as a college freshman. So get out the head of JUCO, get out the head of D1. Man, look, just be grateful. Like I said, God's given us all different gifts, skills, and talents. Be grateful for the opportunity that you get a chance to showcase your talent at the next level, whether it's D1, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO, whatever. just be grateful and honor God and those gifts. So that's the mindset moving forward for anybody listening for sure. Tatiana Bonilla, my girl, senior libero from Enterprise, Alabama, representing the UAH volleyball team, the Chargers, as they get ready for a new season and look to claim that number one title, get that ring in the Gulf South Conference. Tatiana, I appreciate you coming this week.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.